Candia. Sweet. Just remember sweet. Remember candy. Got it. Candy with an A.
Richard, so you're involved with the Miami Associations of Realtors. Who are they? 26,000, 50,000.
The Miami Association of Realtors is 50,000 strong. We're in Miami.
But don't you have realtors
Miami,
from the
Broward,
other counties?
Palm
There you
Beach.
go.
But it's 50,000 members strong. We are, if not the largest, the second largest association in the country.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm trying to
Association
get.
of
I'm
any
trying to
type.
get where if you own a business, you have to be a member of the chamber like they do over in Columbia. But so
Well,
if you're a realtor, you have and you work in Miami-Dade County, you have
Yeah,
to be a member.
but I'd like to also focus on the thing. We can talk about this as we go along. The association does a couple of things. When you work with a realtor, it makes sure that the realtors are professionals. They have training and ethics. They're accountable.
Yeah.
And for a lot of folks, when you're buying a home, it's the biggest investment in your life. And you want somebody that's accountable, both the realtor and the brokerage who they work for. So the association really does a good job of trying to making sure that the folks that are realtors behave in the way that they're supposed to behave.
So what's the benefit? Sorry, I'm gonna jump right in. Okay. What's the benefit? What are the benefits back to the realtor to having to be a member of this association?
And now we're going to go a little into the bushes, but by being a member of an association, one, you have the accountability of being a realtor that helps in your marketing. Second, you have access to the MLS, which is the MLS is you're going to ask me the
listing.
Why didn't you service? You got to prep me with these questions.
You're supposed to know this. How long you been a realtor?
The MLS is the multi-listing service, and that's the place. It's the place. It's the place where everybody places their listings, where it helps market it to not just here locally but around the world. And realtors that are members, are dues paying members of the association, can now represent their clients better. In other words, if I'm selling Grant's mansion, I have it on the MLS.
He's one of two. He has two.
This I've heard. And folks will be able to see it. Now, if I'm helping him buy,
hey, we were going to put that out there. We're just going to leave it at that.
Shall they never meet, right? And if you're representing a buyer, I can tell my buyer, look, I'm going to give you not just and I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but the other services like a Zillow, like a Realtor. Matter of fact, Zillow, Realtor.com, they get their information from the MLS. So as a realtor, I have the most current information, both on the standing of the home and of the pricing, and I can compare it with other pricing. And I can give you, Mr. Buyer, Miss Seller, I can give you the best price and the best service.
And so right now, talking about best price, best service, I was up in the Panhandle. Maybe you know this information. I was in shock. I was looking at they had one of those realtor publications out in a restaurant. We're eating and sitting outside, this gorgeous weather and all that good fun stuff. And it was listing some homes and what they had listed at previously, like the similar home what listed previously just 1 year ago. And today, that same style home in the same neighborhood, same everything, prices had gone up 21% in 1 year. 21%. Like, tell me that's like unheard of, right?
You don't need to go to the Panhandle. The most active zip codes in Dade County.
I want to know this.
Are in South Dade.
Woo!
Oh gosh, 33033, 33032, 33177, 33147.
That's all down. It's all down home.
Don't see that on my list here.
Yeah.
So
tell them why. Like why?
All of Dade County has been just really reactive. A couple of things. After the pandemic hit, folks that lived in vertical buildings decided, you know what? I want room. I want a yard. They started looking at homes. Folks in cities and states that were either harder hit by the pandemic or for economic reasons, high tax states, high tax cities, they started just flowing down and said, hey, one of the things that we realized and recognized about the pandemic is I can work from anywhere.
Right.
I can work from anywhere.
Right.
We'll talk about that. I think that ties in to the stuff that the chamber does. We can work from anywhere. So why, if I have a choice and I have the means, let me go work for somewhere where it's comfortable.
Right.
I'll go to South Florida.
Don't have to leave my family. Don't have to leave
Dade.
my home. I can still be, especially when you have young family, got kids,
Sure.
and both mom and dad are working now. And this really helps out with who's going to watch the kids for the next 2 hours while I'm on the next couple of Zoom calls, and then and not
Sure.
have to put them in daycare, be raising them, have a yard that they can be playing in. And in South Dade, really, there's really nowhere else left. Whether it's a new home, you want to, look for a brand new home, work with a builder and create your own new wonderful space, like what Russell and I were able to do when we built our own place out there in the Redland as well. There's some, obviously like estate kind of setups on the 5 acres. Like what's nice is that, like, for example, where we live, we have a home and we have a guest house, and that guest house can be used for, let's say you have 2 or 3 employees. You can have your home, and then your guest house can become a home, a place of work as well for your 2 or 3 employees coming to work. So a lot of opportunity there to rethink how we go to work every day.
You're a realtor. What's your hottest market? Where do you sell most of your homes?
My
Do you sell commercial?
Yes, but what I'm trying to promote is South Dade, because
what is South Dade to you?
South Dade. We'll use the chamber definition. South Dade being Cutler Bay all the way down south.
Okay.
And one of the things that we need to keep in mind is prior to pandemic, us living here in Miami, most of the jobs, as a county, we already only have like half the jobs per capita that we should have.
Mm-hmm.
And in South Dade, that statistic is even worse. So why push South Dade? The workers are already there. They already live there. They move. They go every day on the turnpike, every day on the roads to go to jobs in everywhere else.
Right.
Okay, that's one. Two, on right now, the hottest type of properties are properties that are zoned for industrial, for manufacturing. And we love those because
Who am I talking to?
Well,
because
You're saying that South Dade, the hot property now, is
land that is zoned for industrial can't
okay,
get enough of it.
State and the county, which support these issues that you're talking about,
Yes, sir.
it'd be even hotter because people don't want to travel an hour to work. We need to get businesses to move into those zones and keep people in South Dade. By the way,
That's
you
the
and
idea.
I, South Dade is from Cutler Bay South. To most people, they think South Dade starts at Kendall Drive.
Right.
But it doesn't. South Dade starts Cutler Bay South, all the way to where?
The Redland.
No.
And all the way down to now, basically
City.
Key West. We're one step away from having a satellite place in Cuba.
Your backyard, South Dade's backyard, is the Keys.
Yeah.
Palmetto Bay's backyard is Biscayne Bay. So we all have backyards. Your back bay is hop that little bridge.
Yeah, exactly. And be honest with you, obviously I support all of our local restaurants and businesses and things like that. But a lot of us, in lieu of going up to Miami, we'll just take a nice little drive, go over the 17-mile stretch, and there's a plethora of restaurants to be offered there as well. And so a lot of us don't go up to Miami. We actually go down into the Keys for that, weekend dinner, whatever.
It's quicker, less traffic.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I have some friends, and there's one day of the week where they go down on the weeknight because there's a special going on, and it literally only takes them 18 minutes.
That's why I love
what part of town do you live in?
I live in Kendall, Sunset and 107.
Okay, 20 years ago that was South Dade.
Yeah, well, and West.
Right. Yeah. Now you're not West.
Dade, now I'm in the middle of everything. But that's what we're talking about. That's one of the reasons why I love so much what you two do on a regular basis. One, you're embracing our chamber members who are creating jobs. Two, it's part of what Grant was kind of alluding to, is re-educating the mindset of what is South Dade. I love all of South Florida. That's where we live, and we have as a realtor, that's easy to market. People love it. But from a little more specific perspective, South Dade, you can go there and do a great job. One of your members, and I think you guys have talked.
Our members
is Kimry.
Yep, Kimry. You remember Kimry?
Folks don't know.
No, who's Camry?
Kimry Industrial.
Is that a hamburger?
Yeah, no.
Folks don't know about Kimry. You're gonna love this.
Super special.
They are big time manufacturers. They make air filters, air cleaning systems. The best example I can give you is like a smokestack, the machinery and the stuff that goes in the smokestack to clean the air. They manufacture stuff like that in Homestead. Since when did we ever see ourselves as manufacturers in South Florida? And his And Grant, I need you to put this in your lexicon.
In my what?
Do you have a
Your
lexicon?
What's a lexicon?
That's
I don't have a lexicon.
What is that?
Tommy,
It's
do
in
you have a
your pocket. It's in
lexicon?
your
Not
pocket.
accurate.
Okay, I
Tommy's
do.
my sound. My sound working okay now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I know what it means, but I was just making it.
What is it? Go ahead.
Is when we asked Peter,
My in my Rolodex.
well in your elevator
Repertoire.
speech.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I asked him, how is it that you're doing manufacturing? Because that's just not the way we're wired in Miami-Dade County.
Mhm.
And he said, geography is not a detriment to me. I can work out of anywhere because why? I got to send something. I call UPS. I got to ship it on the
FedEx ground.
I get it to the port on time.
Mhm.
I can build it anywhere.
Mhm.
And it so happens that I have the best type of support. I have great employees in South Dade.
Well, we're
And
looking
the
forward.
commute's 7 minutes, from the house to the factory.
We're pretty lucky when I say we. We have a new congressman, two,
Mhm.
but one who's 50% of his district is
Mhm.
the Everglades,
Mhm.
Carlos Jimenez, who knows the agriculture. So we're a huge advantage. We have a new state senator who is in the real estate.
She's a member of the.
She's a go-getter.
She's a go-getter. You have a new state rep,
Mhm.
correct?
Jim Mooney. Mhm.
So Homestead South Dade has a huge advantage. It's
Yeah.
been a long time that you guys are already. Everybody knows who you are. The machines
Right.
moving.
Right.
So it's exciting.
Yeah, and you talk about the cogs in the wheels, so to speak. A lot of the cogs in our wheels did not really stop moving during the pandemic because we are so diverse down there. We're not solely dependent upon tourism and the restaurants. Mind you, we need that to pick up. And this past weekend, I don't know about you guys, but I came in on Sunday night from the Panhandle, and the airport was at 10 o'clock at night was as if there was no pandemic going on whatsoever.
Wow.
So I think a lot of people were coming back in, coming back home. But at the same time, I'm to understand, I was talking to a lot of the CEOs yesterday, and Mayor Cava. Thank you, Mayor Cava, for jumping on the call with us yesterday, and all the CEOs from all the different chambers telling us what the future holds for businesses and things of that nature. And basically what we're holding on to right now is the masks and the social distancing. We need our businesses to really enforce that. And there's a lot of creative ways in order to do that, especially when we have a lot of visitors coming in, and they're coming down here. They're coming in droves. I was up in the Panhandle. It was packed. People are coming in from all over the nation to get away, to be outside, to be on our beaches. I mean, it got really nippy one day. I mean, really nippy. And I was shocked at how many, of course, they're all coming from the north, right?
They're in the water.
And it was more packed than it ever had been, just to get away from all of that. And that's what the state of Florida brings, all the way from the Panhandle, all the way down to Key West and everywhere in between is its diversity. But we are dependent upon tourism and the restaurants. And I want to say this real quickly, and you're tapping in on that. One of the things, and all the three mayors have said that Mayor Mirabot, Mayor Losner, Mayor Wallace has said, we need more restaurants down there. We really do. There's a lot of opportunity there. If you're looking to start a restaurant, give the chamber a call. Go to our website, southdadechamber.org. We're here to help you do that. That is one thing that we would like to see more of. It's just some good restaurants to go to. We have a lot of fast food, which is great, and we have some locally owned, but we want a whole lot more.
Well, I forgot to
help
mention
us with that.
we do have a new mayor, Cava, who represented the South Dade area. So South Dade has a huge advantage, first time in a long time.
Mhm.
So the ball is in
Exactly.
South Dade
Yeah.
court.
Yeah, there's no excuses.
And the infrastructure of building restaurants has to be be a partnership, because if they have to build the piping and to the sewage system, like Palmetto Bay had some problems at the beginning.
Mhm.
But all right, so real estate market, why is it hot?
Again, a lot of things we were just touching on. Folks from California, particularly California and New York, just got to get out. It's either too cold, New York,
Mhm.
too many taxes and restrictions, California and New York, and folks are streaming, running to Texas and to Florida.
California, 500,000 people moved from California to Texas last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not
That's
because
a city.
that's a major city.
That's a major city.
So,
Yeah. That
They're
has
moving
left.
for different reasons, political reasons, tax reasons. People move here mainly
Quality
because
of life, just quality of life
Right.
reasons.
So I hate to zero in, but we have to talk about something more important.
Yeah.
South Dade. Let's talk
know what
about
we're talking
South
about?
Dade.
That's
Hey,
fine.
South Dade, like we were just talking about,
Yeah,
we
stay
have
focused.
all new leadership, and the ones who didn't run are still there. You know, all the three of our mayors. I mean, they love our community. They're here, and I think they're going to get greater support than ever before. We have
Well,
Mayor Cava, who came from the South Dade area as a commissioner at District 8. She has said, you know, they're all for us. We're turning.
The learning curve is very, very small.
Exactly.
We
And the
don't
passion
have
to do something for our particular community has greatly increased. So I think there's going to be a greater synergy more than ever before for South Dade, and the opportunity is great. And two things I want to make sure that everyone knows, not just our members, but our community at large, what the chamber is doing through our board members like Richard and the 17 other that we have is, I hope that everyone knows, because they're not listening if they don't, the one share program that we still have going on. There's always open enrollment for that. This is how these new businesses, a restaurant. So you got 5 employees, right? And you're trying to compete to get your top-notch servers, your chefs, your cooks, whatever it is. What separates you that's not going to cost you anything or like this much is this one share program that we have. You can offer now an incredibly affordable healthcare sharing program to your employees that you would never be able to offer before. We've worked this out. We've been working on this benefit for about a year and a half to come through the chamber. The other thing, while I was on vacation, while we're all celebrating our holidays and the new year, Congress was at work, and in the new package that we have coming down the pike, which is still kind of, you know, everyone's trying to sort it out and figure out what the stimulus package, what it includes, what it doesn't include, that kind of thing, is this earned tax credit dollars. I cannot say enough to all of our members and every single business owner in specifically all the nation, but specifically in South Dade. There are, for almost everyone who looks into it, gives us a call or calls Synergy Partners directly. You can find them online, synergypartners.com, southdadechamber.org. There are now dollars that are available, tax credit dollars for those the employers to get refundable tax dollars right back into their accounts because of all this. Non-profits qualify, hospitals qualify. These folks have never qualified in the past before. Synergy Partners, reason why we have an affinity agreement with Synergy Partner is because when they come and they work through all chambers, all the CEOs, all the C-suite directors of Synergy Partners are all former chamber members, by the way, or chamber directors, chamber CEOs. So they understand the value and the importance of running through a chamber, of keeping them accountable as well. And they do these spreadsheets for you. There's a particular word for it, I can't think of it right now. And they will do that all for you for free. They'll do that for you for free. They'll come in and say, Richard, business owner, you know, you have 15 employees. Let's say you also, actually your business is one of those businesses that fared very well through the pandemic. A lot of restaurants, the fast food restaurants, things of that nature, they actually fared very well. They're still most likely due these tax credit dollars. If you're a nonprofit, what they'll make sure is they'll look at your grant programs that you're already receiving money from, and they will make sure that if you qualify for these refundable tax dollars, that it will not interfere with your grant monies that are coming in as well. So they go above and beyond. So that's why we chose to go with Synergy Partners. And if you're a member of the chamber, call us. If you're not a member of the chamber, call us anyways. There's opportunities out there this is what I'm getting at. So important that everyone understands this. This is money that's due back to you because of the stimulus package. It is not a low interest loan. That's the difference. Yeah. You can get monies back into your businesses and it's all free. Everything they do for you is free. If you choose to go with them, say, okay, you found, Peter Schnebley 2 years ago, he went in on this and he got like $70,000 back, and he was already doing well. He's a great, we all talk about Peter all the time, what a savvy entrepreneur, savvy businessman he is. He jumped in on it, got monies back into his business's account. And this is what it's all about. But I don't know whether you're doing well, like Peter's always done, or you're really struggling, you're suffering right now. Great entrepreneurs and great business people think, how can I get more money back into my business's account? This is one of the ways to do it without having to get a loan, And there's no risk. There's zero risk to it. If you choose to go, let's say they find the $70,000, what they do then is you sign an agreement and they just get a commission out of that. But nothing is no money is transpired until after that agreement is, after that that you have money due back to you.
Right. Any new members, South Dade Chamber?
So we do, but unfortunately we were closed like for 11 days, and I don't know who.
Any
those
new
folks are.
trustees?
We since the last time we were here, no. But Richard has been really great. He's going to work on a few for us. Some
Who's the executive director of the Miami Realtors?
Teresa Kinney.
And who's the president?
Well, the president of the commercial board is Mr. Mr. Stahl.
Okay, just wondering because we,
Mhm.
we're going to call them and make sure they join the fastest growing business organization in Dade County, South Dade Chamber,
Yeah.
as a trustee.
And as you know, that we have a few businesses coming down. We have Amazon coming and businesses like that. That we're, want to have a close relationship with them as well. And again, they have a close relationship with the military. We want to make sure that we are able to put on like a spousal military job fair just for them, when that time comes and those kinds of things. So
Well,
Richard,
and
you
that's
must
what a board member
You must be
does.
pretty high up because, every
Very.
other week we have a military guy. And speak about military, you're a military brat.
I'm a
Mhm.
military brat. Yeah.
Who was in the
Air Force
military,
brat.
mom or dad?
Dad.
And what Air Force? Was he in the Air
Air
Force?
Force. Yeah.
Where, when? Tell us about your
Well,
dad.
this is why I'm actually partial to Southcom. I grew up in Panama. Most of my formative years were in Panama. Shout out to Panama, the Canal Zone. And Southcom used to be located actually in the base where I lived. And the funny story there is the military police used to chase us out because we used to go play in the pond in front of the office. But the connection between groups like folks from Panama, there you see how the connections just occur. Southcom was there, and now they're here. Folks from Panama, a lot of folks from Panama moved from the Canal Zone. Folks that lived in the old Canal Zone.
Were they American
Moved there.
citizens?
The folks, well, yeah, the folks that worked in the Canal Zone, yeah.
So your dad, what years did he serve?
He served from 63 to
Wow.
80.
So he was in Nam,
He was served during NAM.
and then for 20 years.
20 plus.
20
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It's a hell of a person. People.
he was a good man. He was a
And
really good
it
man.
offered a unique way of growing up as an American
Well,
and seeing other parts of the world that you would not have normally seen.
and that's why I love being part of the chamber, because when we get to find ways to help Homestead Air Base, it's very personal for me.
Mhm.
I understand the service that they do. I understand that the work that they do.
Understand
And-
what the families go through.
And I love how the community, the South Dade community in particular, just embraces them. They're special people. They're all
Mhm.
very, very special people.
Yeah, we got a lot right now serving our country in another country. A lot of
Sure,
them have
sure,
gone
sure.
over
And,
there as well.
And at the drop of a hat, off they go doing stuff
Mhm.
that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So that we can sleep well at night.
Yeah.
They don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the other things you were talking about, you touched on Amazon. I get excited about the things that you guys highlight. I love how Atlantic Sapphire
Mhm.
has come across, and I see it from a realtor perspective. I see it. Okay, well, they're going to start bringing people down, and we got to find them homes, and we got to find them places to go. They might need storage for all the wonderful salmon that they're starting to put together. As they start becoming part of our everyday life, and you can find them in Publix now. They become members of our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And in all that, Richard, one of the things that he brought to the chamber is some folks who are doing a survey on freight. And can we have a freight hub somewhere down in South Dade, somewhere down south,
Yeah.
in that area? And a lot of it has to do with folks like Atlantic Sapphire. Of course, our farmers are our number one freight forwarders or freight users.
So the
is
number
our
one
farmers.
industry in Dade County is agriculture,
Right
not
now it
tourism.
is.
Folks
Right
forget.
now. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Greater Miami Convention Bureau, who gets paid millions.
We love
in-
them.
We do.
Okay, you love them, but they need to spend more energy now making sure that the agriculture stays thriving.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, they're everyone. I haven't found anyone who's not trying to do everything. And we're thinking so much out of the box right now. It's like what we decided to do is like, let's just get rid of the box. let's just get rid of whatever wasn't working in the past or was working in the. We're having to rethink everything, and it's given us an opportunity, to kind of, sharpen our sword, so to speak, turn up the flames of the fire, get us going, get us creative again, get us thinking, and what will be sustainable in the future going forward. That was part of the conversation we had yesterday with Mayor Cava, is not just what's now. Yes, vaccines are coming. They're coming, and there's an order in which they will be disseminated. Our elderly, our emergency workers, those kinds of folks as well.
I love the governor just said, this is how we're doing it. And if we get it, if the hospitals get it, start giving, Jackson said they're going to do 2,000 a day.
Right.
Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's just one location.
Right. Exactly.
So all the hospitals need to start stepping it up.
Yeah. And again, it's getting it. There's a logistics issue, going on. Again, first time the nation's ever done anything like this. First time our state has ever done anything like this. We are very grateful to our governor that he chose Miami and Jackson to be one of the first places to get the vaccines, because we've been one of the hot spots, right? Let's face it, we've been one of the hot spots for a very long time. And in the meantime, this is what's going to make people going to want to start going into their restaurants again. Tourism can start back up when people start feeling safe, that they can be on a cruise ship or, in a hotel. It's not so much not going to the beach. There's been fear about staying in a hotel, getting too close to someone, that kind of thing. So the vaccine, coming down the pike. But in the meantime, let's work together. Whether you like the mask, whether you agree with social distancing or not, the best thing to do right now is just everyone work together, hold the line. We're there. We're seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and this is a good thing.
All right, Richard. How long you been in Miami?
Told you.
Since 93. Since 93.
Wow. Okay. Quiz time.
Oh man.
Ready?
Got some notes
Pop
somewhere.
quiz.
Pop quiz. Favorite hamburger place? Where do you
Running
eat?
chef,
Where?
Running chef.
Chef's
Homestead.
on the
Oh, my
run.
God,
Chef's on the run.
That's close enough.
Close enough.
Your favorite pizza place?
When I'm down there, Mamma Mia.
Mamma mia.
Okay,
yeah.
it can be anywhere in Dade County. You don't have to.
But-
What do you love about Thanksgiving?
I have to admit now, I've converted. They win. South Dade wins. I like pork in Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Favorite taco place?
So when you go to Redlands Market, there's a whole line of great taquerias.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are excellent.
We have homemade tortillerías
Yes.
in homes. Have you ever gone bought a half kilo or brand right off?
Half a
literally
what?
Half a kilo.
Another South
A
Dade.
half kilo.
Another.
Of tortillas.
Oh,
tortillas.
gotcha. Oh, wait.
They're amazing. Amazing.
Your Christmas gift. What was your favorite? Come on, Richard, quicker. Next. Next, your favorite animal.
My favorite animal, dogs.
You got a
There you
dog?
go.
I
Yeah.
have a dog.
Okay. I know you like this. I know you do this. I know you're a fisherman, aren't you?
I'm not.
Wow. Wow. Football team. Your favorite football team.
I am loving the run that Cleveland Browns are doing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
It's okay. It's
Hey.
all good. I mean, there's someone. There's a team to be proud of this year.
I'm excited for them too. Chicken. Where do you eat chicken?
I love the chicken I make.
Okay, that's good
Okay,
enough.
that's good.
Hot dogs. Where do you eat hot dogs?
I didn't know there was any other place other than Arbetters. I
There's
didn't know.
not.
God,
there's
you're
not.
good, Richard.
I didn't know.
I was there for Christmas, New Year's.
Oh wow.
If you like, you can
I took
challenge
my
them.
wife there for the first time. She's lived here almost all her life. I took her there
I,
for the first
I need
time.
to go. I really
about a
need to
month
go.
ago.
So,
And I ate 14 in one day.
No kidding, you're the man.
and he's
the-
still alive to talk about it. They must be really good.
Your favorite place to eat fish?
To eat fish, probably El Chalan, actually.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
As a kid, who's your superhero?
Batman.
Okay.
And
Oh,
the reason why, because Batman is dark, he's mysterious, solves things by intellect, and he's rich. All the
and
things
he's a
that
billionaire.
all the things that I'm not. Yeah.
Birthdays. Go. Your wife's.
416,
Children.
1215, and 10 10.
Grandbaby.
Nice.
11 10 17.
Perfect. You
11,
passed that.
11 17.
11, 17. He recovered. He recovered.
Okay. Your New Year's resolution. Go.
My New Year's resolution was to be a better husband.
Wow. This guy's a winner. Okay. Oh, got two more. As a kid, who's your favorite politician?
As a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I don't want to do it now.
As a kid, and I'm going to be generous. As a kid going up to like 17, 18,
That's
when I started
good.
Getting aware, LBJ.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Sushi. What restaurant?
Sushi person.
Sushi. I am a sushi person, but there's a place on US 1 in Sunset. Aoki.
Yeah, I don't go. Yeah. Last one. Why are you a successful realtor?
What's the magic in your mix?
What's the magic?
The client is first. It's not the transaction. It's the nature of the transaction. It's the feeling
Nice.
that they have after they're done. My wife and I work on everything together.
Is she a realtor?
She's a managing broker, but she's part of my team. Why am I going to go ask questions of anybody? I'll go to my wife. And
guess what? And she's always right.
She's always right. And so whenever we interact with a buyer, a seller, we give it our all. I need them to be happy because my follow-up after the deal, where I follow up to get more deals, I'm not very good at that.
Because it's word of mouth a lot of times, right?
I'm just not very good at doing that. I'm not going to pump you for business. I'm just not good at that. But you can still call me.
But you can be honest and genuine,
leave with
sincere.
a really happy feeling. That's the best.
And not only does he know the community, he has a genuine passion for the community. And there's something that's very contagious. When I very first met you, remember we were meeting at the Cuban restaurant over there, Mario's off of US 1. And I thought, man, I found someone who loves South Dade as much as I do. And there was a connection that's been there ever since.
Thank you for what you do for Dade County and what you do for South Dade.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Grant.
It's our pleasure to have you. Love to have you come back.
The chamber's awesome. You guys got to please reach out.
Remember, South Dade Chamber serves from 184th all the way to Key
Cuba.
West. The Keys are the back.
That's right.
Their
right.
backyard is the Everglades. Front yard is Biscayne, and your side yard is the Keys.
Is the Keys. It's all right there. Come and visit us and live there.
So thank you very much, Kerry. You're going to close it out. Say it. Let's close this out, Kerry. Let's see what we
Shop,
get.
drink, dine local. Come visit us. You'll stay forever.
Everybody have a great day.